Oh my gosh, 195? Oh, this is so sick. Welcome back to a new video, guys. I'm BraveX Hero, and something that always bothers me is when I see new light players or new players not utilizing mods properly or not taking advantage of the mod system. Now, this video is going to be a crash course where we talk about how to use these Crucible mods, how to set up your armor so you can utilize these mods more often, and which mods you should be using and trying to get from Banshee. And I'll also show you a website where you can check what mods are available on that certain day. But like always, if you're new to the channel and you enjoy my content, click that subscribe button and turn on all notifications. Remember that the easiest way to support the channel is just by watching the video and dropping a like. But without further delay, let's jump into the video. But before we get into mods and builds and everything like that, what are mods? Mods are perks that you can equip to your gun or armor. If you're a new light player or new to the game or just coming back to the game, you can start picking up these mods from Banshee at the tower. Once you acquire a mod, you no longer have to reacquire that mod. It will always be in your inventory. Banshee 44 will be selling 2 different mods daily, and this changes every day at reset. I suggest you check out Banshee daily to see what mods he has available and start picking up the mods you don't have. I know, some of us don't have time to log in and just go to the tower and see what Banshee's selling. I know I don't, which is why I'm going to recommend you go to this Twitter account called Banshee44 Daily Mods. The link is going to be in the description. This account posts what mods Banshee is selling for that day. Again, if you don't have every mod, just check this account real quick. Check what mods Banshee is selling, and I recommend you try to buy every mod you don't have, even if it's something you're never going to use. But hey, while you're on Twitter, why not drop a follow on BraveX Hero? Go do that now too. Again, if you don't have Twitter, just save the link down below in a notepad and check it periodically just to see what mods he's selling. Now, what do you do with these mods? Well, if you saw the opening clip, you'll notice that my weapon is doing additional damage. Take my high impact hand cannon, which normally does 90 to the head, a critical shot. With these Crucible mods on, I can have this weapon do more damage, allowing me to do 2 shots to the head, easily killing the Guardian. Any of these mods we talk about today will boost your damage output in the Crucible. Now let's get into the mods we need and how to set up our armor for these mods. If you go into the last box in your armor, you'll see mods you have available. Keep in mind that some of these mods will show up on specific armor. Some mods are for specific elements. Take Void for instance. With my Void armor, I can use Precision Charge. But if I go to my solar armor, I don't have access to that mod. Keep in mind that if you're wondering what mod works for what elements, on the top left hand corner of your mod, you will see the element there. That's going to tell you what armor piece this mod can go onto. Now, with the basics out of the way, what Crucible mods do we need? For starters, the most crucial mod you're going to want to have and get your hands on is going to be High Fire Energy. This is what I like to call the base of all your mods. This one is crucial. High Fire Energy reads, while charged with light, gain bonus damage to weapon damage. Each combatant defeated consumes 1 stack of light. So the reason why I call this the building block of all mods is because without High Fire Energy, anything I'm going to tell you after this mod right here is negated. You will not have this bonus damage like you saw in the beginning without this mod. Keep in mind that this mod isn't element specific and can be used on all armor pieces. Plus, if you want the benefit, you only need to have 1 High Fire Energy mod on your armor. Adding 2 and 3 will not boost your damage even further. For those wondering, High Fire Energy gives you an additional 20% damage to all weapons, meaning your kinetic, your special, or your heavy weapon will be doing 20% more damage when charged with light. Now, when you're reading the mod description, it says while charged with light. So the next step we're going to be talking about is how to become charged with light. This can be done in multiple ways. For starters, if you have the mod Taking Charge, this mod will grant you 1 stack of Charge with Light when you pick up an orb on the ground. So if you see an orb on the ground and you pick it up, you now are granted 1 stack of Charge with Light. And if you have the mod High Fire Energy, you now will be dealing 20% weapon damage. Now, this isn't the only way to become charged with light. There are other ways, such as the mod Charge Harvester, which reads, while not charged with light, any kill or assist has a small chance to cause you to become charged with light. So let me break that down for you. For starters, as you can tell, this mod can only be used on Void armor. Again, you can tell on the top left of the mod. Again, when you have this on, any kill or assist will grant a chance for you to become charged with light, which in my opinion happens very often. Keep in mind that there are 2 indicators if you've become charged with light. Number 1 is going to be on the left hand side of your screen. It'll say charged with light. The second one is whatever weapon you have out and you have High Fire Energy active, your weapon will be glowing as if you have kill clip or rampage active. Now, there are mods that are weapon specific that can cause you to become charged with light when utilizing those weapons. Now, I'm not going to go over each one of these, but I will talk about one and tell you which mods are for which weapons. If you can understand how one of these works, you will understand how all the other ones work. Take the mod Precision Charge, which is specific for bows, hand cannons, and scout rifles. This mod reads, become charged with light by rapidly defeating combatants with precision kills from bows, hand cannons, and scout rifles. In layman terms, if you have this mod equipped and you're utilizing a scout rifle or any weapon in this mod description, when you get kills rapidly, there is a chance it can cause you to become charged with light. Now, there are similar mods to this one, but with different weapons, such as one for SMGs, auto rifles, and tracer rifles. Usually, you can tell which mod is for which weapon because the mod will have a picture of the weapon icon. Again, you can see the mods on screen. It's pretty self-explanatory on which mods go for which weapons. And again, you can tell which element they are specific to because the top left of the mod. Now, the last part of the video is where we're going to be talking about how we can get 2 charges for the price of 1. With the mod Stacks on Stacks, each time you become charged with light, regardless of the method, if you pick up an orb or you get a weapon kill, instead of becoming charged with light, you will now become charged with light times 2, which means you now have bonus damage for 2 kills. Personally, I find Stacks on Stacks to be necessary. It's nice to become charged with light, but when you can be charged with light times 2, you'll have that weapon damage twice. On the topic of weapon damage, when you become charged with light and you're utilizing the high fire energy mod, you will have that bonus damage until that combatant is defeated. So if you end up landing a headshot on an enemy and your teammate cleans them up, you did bonus damage to the enemy and you're still charged with light. It is not until you defeat the combatant is when your charge of light will go away. And if you're wondering how I quickly swap my mods around, it just depends on what weapon I'm using at the time. If I'm utilizing a hand cannon, as you can tell on screen, this is how I quickly swap it to my hand cannon gear. If I go back to a pulse rifle, I can just swap all over again, auto rifle, and so on and so on. Remember, this was just a crash course into the mod system. Overall, mods aren't only for PvE, and if you're someone looking to get more damage output from your weapons, I highly recommend you start using these mods or start getting your hands on a few of these mods from Banshee 44. There are a lot of other mods out there, and yes, dabble in some of those mods, try them out. There's some for sidearms, there's some for grenade kills, but if you're specifically looking for more damage output from your weapons, then I highly suggest the mods we covered today. That's gonna be it for me today, guys. I'm gonna get back into the lab and start making more videos for you. With that, do me a huge favor, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.